Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of The Sauce. Coming off a great Thursday night, we hit the Washington Commanders, we hit West Virginia plus 3.5, and we hit the other game, the UCF minus 23.5. We hit that too. What a Thursday night, but we got to put it into the past because we got a loaded college football Saturday here. In this video, we got a Big 12 matchup here, Iowa State, Texas. Let's roll.
Welcome to The Sauce. The Sauce. Hey, get the sauce.
All right, Cyclones on the road at Texas here. Line opens up Texas minus 16. Early action is actually leaning towards Iowa State, though. 61% of the money on the Cyclones as of Monday morning. Check this out, though. So we get a chunk of Texas money in. Books react to it. They move the line up to 16.5. But when it hits 16.5, the rest of the week, they're taking nothing but Cyclone money. So now the money's back leaning on Iowa State heavy now. And we're looking at Texas minus 15.5. So let's cap this game. If you subscribe to this channel, you already know the first step. We're running the numbers through the spreadsheet. According to the model, the line for this game should be Texas minus 17.74. So that's a full point with a 2-point lean on the Longhorns here. So Quinn Ewers returns to the Texas lineup last week. I was on Texas minus 8, so obviously I was pleased with what happened in that game, but I was not expecting that. A 49-0 beatdown over Oklahoma. And look at his numbers here. Ewers was good, man. I mean, 21 to 31, 289, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. It's a solid-ass game. In my opinion, the main talking point in this matchup, though, is Texas offense versus the Iowa State defense. Because this Longhorn offense is real good. It's versatile, too. Not only do they have explosive play capabilities down the field and in the running game as well, but also they have some drive efficiency. They can move the chains on you slow and methodically. Texas is 7th in the country in OFEI this year. Keep in mind, they played a chunk of this season without their starting quarterback. They're still 7th. But you want to know who has a top 10 defense? The Iowa State Cyclones. They're holding Kansas State, Kansas, Iowa to like 11 points, 10.7 points. This defense is so good. This is a top 10 defense right here. Baylor's the only team this entire year to put up a decent number on Iowa State. And honestly, that wasn't all in the defense either. They had a touchdown off a turnover. And something else weird happened in that game too. I think they had like a long punt return that set them up. I forget. But the point is, this Iowa State defense is as good as advertised. So if we're considering laying 15, 16, even 17 points with the Texas Longhorns here, you got to think we're going to need them to score 28, 30, maybe even more than that points for us to be comfortable with a cover. Look at these game logs from the Iowa State schedule. I mean, 10-9, 14-11, 10-7. There's a lot of defensive punt fests in here for Iowa State. To be fair, though, you shouldn't handicap games like that. Every single matchup is different. Against this team, they might come out with an entirely different scheme, right? Different pace, different play calling. So you can't just look and be like, this is a low-scoring team, bet the under, or we'll take the underdog. You can't do it like that. Every matchup is different. But if you look at these scores, and then you see a point spread like 16, 15.5, it's definitely something to take note of. So Iowa State's defense very well might go toe-to-toe with this high-power Texas offense, for real. But when Iowa State has the ball against the Texas defense, that's where it gets a little tougher to find some angles for the Cyclones. I wouldn't say Hunter Dekkers has been bad, but let's face it, Iowa State's dead last in the Big 12, averaging just 6.6 yards per pass attempt. He's got 11 touchdowns and 6 picks on the season. And also, what happened to the Iowa State run game? They started off the season, Jarrell Brock, back-to-back 100-yard games, looking like he was going to be Breece Hall 2.0 for the Cyclones. The run game has just disappeared since then. In fact, they're 115th in the country, averaging just 3.0 yards per carry. The run game has not been there at all for the Cyclones. Keep in mind, this Texas team, it's not just an offense either. Their offense is 7th in OFEI, but their defense is 8th in DFEI. So their defense is also top 10. I mean, this Texas defense is 17th in the country, allowing just 17.8 points per game. You want to know where the Iowa State offense ranks in points per game? 107th. Here's the thing. If you're on Texas, I will hand it to you that Iowa State is going to struggle to score points. I will give you that. But I love head coach Matt Campbell. I think he's one of the best coaches in college football. I just don't see the Cyclones getting blown out. I also am not seeing anything from them this year to show they're capable of just getting routed like that, which is why I'm fading Texas horns down. Or is that disrespectful? I think that might be disrespectful. I think that was a thing. Whatever. Who cares? I'm on Iowa State here. Give me Iowa State plus 15.5. Let's go Clones. If anything changes with this bet, I'll let you know on Twitter, so give me a follow there if you're interested. Also, if you want the final Saturday tickets that I do, which is bet of the day, top 7 bets, underdogs of the day, parlays of the day. I have 3. If you're interested in that stuff, just head over to KyleKirms.com or download the Sauce Network app. College football week 7 here already. We're over 13 units in the green for college football on the season. Off to a great start. Let's keep it rolling. I'll talk to you on Twitter.